Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and Happy Hour podcast. Of course, I'm Ray. Matt's here tonight. And of course, we're right here on YouTube Live. Of course, real quick shout out to our good friends over at Full Tilt Brewing. I'm wearing one of their tank tops in the old school Tops baseball font. So shout out to those guys. We're also going to be featuring their beer for the next 4 weeks as well. If you get a chance, make sure you head over and check out our most recent fully fermented episode with Nick and Full Tilt. Full Tilt was awesome. Like just the games that they had, all that shit. Yeah. And of course, we're going to get right into our featured beer, which the first one is from the Hardcore Legends series, based around the one and only WWE Hall of Famer Mick Foley. And the first one is called The Dudester, which is a fruited hazy IPA. Yeah. So and of course, Matt has that in the can. I have it right here in the glass because I am on a diet. So we have split the beer. And but no, so show them a little bit with the can, and then it's like that. So just look for it right there, fruity little hazy. And it has a nice little pink like tint to it. And it says on the heart, it says, "I am coming to save the hop." Oh, have mercy. That's cool. So, but honestly, I think out of the four, this was one of my two favorites. It was this one, and what was it? The Mankind one. Was it Mankind or Cactus Jack? That was the dark one.
Yeah, it's dark one's my favorite.
Okay.
I mean, I drink mostly dark beers, but this is bad. It's got, like, what does it say? It's got banana and prickly pear.
You can taste the banana and the pear a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, and of course, shout out to our good buddy Jason Rushman, who's already joining us in the live chat. He said he's drinking some Bud Ice. So
good old Bud Ice.
Good old Bud Ice.
Can't go wrong there.
I've had a few bad nights in Dundalk with Bud Ice. So
yeah, yeah, with the Bud Ice, that's the ones we used to go to the Royal Farms and play Mr. when we were...
Mr. Wait. Wow. Yeah. What is Mr. Mr.? Is that when you would go and hope that a pedophile shows up? Like, no, just go be like, Mr.
No.
I've never even Mr.
All right. Jeez. Okay. So I don't condone underage drinking, but we used to go to the Royal Farms and we used to just stand outside and we used to pretty much try to get an older person to buy alcohol for us. So we dubbed it and we called it Mr. because it was just like a stranger, like, Mister, please, sir, could I have some alcohol? And actually, surprisingly, we got a lot of people that probably shouldn't have been buying us alcohol.
See, that's the thing. Like, I've never really had to do that because, I mean, you've known me a long time.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, when I let my facial hair get out.
Right. When you're 14, you look like you were 22.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So I never got carded. I didn't know where I ever went. I just let my beard grow out, and I never got carded anywhere I went. I think I told the story of Mr. Cho when we used to go to Cho's Hollowbird Liquors, and he served us for years. And then finally, he carded us when we were like 23, and he's like, "Oh, Cho make mistake for many years." And it's like, so that's just the thing.
Found out that you were like 14.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like,
many
wait,
years.
you've been coming here for 10 years. You're 23? What?
It's like finding out your number one customer and shit is underage and shit. You've been giving them cigarettes and alcohol for fucking forever.
Your number one customer was a 13-year-old that came, and then 10 years later, they're a police officer still buying beer from your place, and they're like, wait a minute. You know what I did.
Yeah, but playing Mr. wasn't, we would give them like extra money and shit, and they'd buy us like we'd get like a 6-pack. We give them like $40 that we happen to scrounge out or stole from our parents. Yeah, bad kids. Anyway, don't condone it,
but no, like, dude, and it's funny because this week, me and the wife started going back to the gym. So I've been doing DDP yoga. Shout out DDP yoga. If anybody has trouble, if anybody struggles working out, I always recommend that program. Of course, I did wrestling all the years I did wrestling, but I always had a hard time like committing myself to working out. And before my wedding, I got into amazing shape. And then later on, a couple of years later, I got into amazing shape again for the Hall of Fame show, which was the best shape I was ever in my life. And when I did that is what me and the wife are currently doing now. And that's we signed back up for the gym, which is Merit Athletic Clubs down in White Marsh, Maryland, down here where we live. It's like $76 a month, but it's kind of worth it for everything they have. It's huge. It has
that's not
2
bad. A lot
floors.
of places are.
So what we do is we get up at fucking 4 o'clock in the morning.
Ugh.
4 in the morning, and we go from 4:30 to 5:30
every day,
cardio every day. Except we didn't do it today because Jess has to be to work like at 7, so she can't swing that. But it's easier for her because her hours are kind of all over the place because she's salary. And plus, when we get home, of course, I'm doing stuff for the show. I'm doing eBay stuff. I'm doing so much shit that it's hard to go into evening. So we go and do that. And then also to add to it, she got kettlebells so she can do kettlebells in the evening. And on the nights when DDP falls, I do the DDP yoga. I'm already down 14 pounds, which is insane in like the last 3 weeks. But when I lost all the weight before, I lost about 70 pounds and roughly, I think, from December to June. So, you know, it just comes, but I always say, you know, make sure you go out, you know, pick up DDP yoga. It's always helped me. It's always helped me, you know, do that kind of stuff. But
I've always wanted to try it, but I'm like a chicken shit when it comes to like actually exercising and stuff like that. Yeah. Although like I do exercise. I mean, as you guys can see, I'm amazing fucking shape. But I just don't really work out like that. I think I was blessed genetically, just be
I mean it's that too, but also a big part of it also
I eat a lot, dude. I eat diet. A lot and I drink a lot.
Well, that's the thing. Like diet is a big thing too. Like I fell off the wagon a lot with my diet. Also, I was eating like crazy, but now I'm like we'll get back from the gym, and every day when I finish, even with drinking half of this beer right here, I'll finish with still over 1,000 calories and like half of the carb amount that I need, you know, for the day. So I'll finish with half still left. Like I can still eat that much, but I cut it in half because I get so much from the workouts and all that shit. Then I'm like, okay, you know, I'll just cut it less and take a lot less. I eat something every 2 hours and then I cut off at like 7 o'clock. I try not to eat anything past 7 o'clock. The only time that'll ever happen is of course with the show, because we normally go on at 8:30, you know, 9 o'clock, something like that, but it won't hurt that bad. Yeah. You know, drinking one beer and taking one shot, you know, but
it's the discipline, man. You know, you just gotta stay disciplined.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I eat whenever the fuck I want, and I do whatever the fuck I want, basically. So it's like
you gotta stay regimented with it. Like I mean, with me, like I always lived with the whole thing of it takes like 2 weeks to develop a habit. So if I take those 2 weeks to, you know, work out, get better, drink. And there's our guest Jarvis. How you doing, brother?
What's going on, bros? What's going on?
Not too much. We started a little bit early. We always do on YouTube Live. I always say that this is the opposite of pro wrestling. Pro wrestling shows normally start late. I was pro wrestler for 20 years. We always start the show about like 5 minutes early. You know? But no, we're sitting there talking about a little bit about like I just got back on my diet routine, you know, all that shit. Like, of course, you know, you're
man.
Yeah, like and it's hard to stick to. Like there's so many things out there, and I tell people all the time, DDP yoga. I'm not sure if you're familiar with pro wrestling, but DDP yoga has always gotten me in gear for some reason. I don't know what it is about that program, but no, man, like you're doing great on TikTok. Like you got like what I think it was 1 million followers in like a day and a half.
Yeah, man,
something like
crazy,
that.
Man. It was crazy. I appreciate it, brother. Crazy, bro. It blew my mind. I couldn't believe it.
Like, I mean, we're still like, I mean, of course we have YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that, but we're still trying to make ground with TikTok. Like TikTok is a hard platform to kind of make ground. And we did a little bit. And like, you know, I'm not sure if you've seen any of our content, but our content kind of like, you know, is a little risque. So TikTok, you got to kind of be careful with. So our first,
when
it started to pick up, they banned our profile. And I was like, well, shit, I'm not going to redo another one. And then I was like, all right, whatever. We'll just recreate another one. And I'll keep, you know, edit around some of the more risque stuff or whatever. But no, man, like how has it been with like the TikTok stuff? I think my favorite thing, my wife is a huge TikTok fan. She loves watching TikTok. One of my favorite things with TikTok is comments. Like you'll watch a video and the comments are always just out of this fucking world.
Bro.
Stuff going on.
Comments literally let you know how people think, man. It's crazy, man. It's like one thing that I don't like about what they did with the comment section, because the comment section, the section was it was so unique because they had a tool where you can actually pin a comment.
Yeah.
So say for instance, you know, you got a video going viral, and you did a cover of like Tim McGraw, something I did,
Yeah,
and then you make a comment and you say, hey, everybody tag Tim McGraw, and you can pin that to the top. So no matter how many comments you get, 5,000, 10,000, that'll always be at the top. So then everybody's targeting Tim McGraw, you know what I'm saying? But they actually took that tool off.
Yeah, I didn't know they got rid of that shit. I did not know.
Man, I was so angry when they did that. I think everybody was angry.
I had no idea they did.
Well, it's funny because I feel with TikTok, and of course Twitter has gone through a whole overhaul of stuff. Like I feel like, you know, for us, like Twitter is our bread and butter. That's where we get a lot of our social ground, is through Twitter. And it just depends on the person and the genre and what it is you're doing and just how things flow, you know, media wise and social media wise. But it's funny that I feel like TikTok really needs to adapt to an adult only portion of that app.
Yeah, like, they have to, bro. They have to, because I won't even let my daughter on. My daughter's 4. Yeah. And she knows how to work her iPad very well. And like just with the stuff that they allow on there, bro, I don't even let her get on TikTok. Because it's like one minute you can be looking at somebody make a cake. And then the next minute you can be looking at a chick shaking cakes. You know what I'm saying?
And you just sit there and you're like, how did this happen? And I mean, but of course, that's the thing that's more like our content. I mean, Jarvis, I'm not sure if you did any research on the show. You know, but you know, we have a lot of like adult film stars on. We have everybody from every walk of life on the show, and we're very like, you know, Howard Stern meets the Man show, something like that. And I'm like, you know, fuck, I don't like having people come on and ask them the same damn questions all the time, you know, as every other show does. We do fun games, so we're going to get into some games a little bit later. We're going to also get into some fun news articles. So but with everything, like when did you notice and of course Tim McGraw commented, he like duetted you on Twitter. Like how was that, like being able to see Tim McGraw just duet you, you know,
bro, like literally when it happened, somebody just a fan or somebody, they tagged me in it. Yeah. And see what he did first, it had got up to about 2 million views before he even said anything. Yeah. So once it hit about maybe 2.5 million views, he commented on it and said, "Great job, brother." And I'm like, "Oh shit." Oh, wait, hold up. Can I don't know if I can.
You can say whatever you want, man.
Oh, okay.
as long as it's not political or anything like that, you can say whatever the show, brother.
So man, I see the comment, man, and that was good enough for me, man. And I was like, wow, he actually saw it. You know, just for him seeing it, man, just made me astonished, bro. But when somebody tagged me in the video that he actually duetted, bro, I was mind blown, bro. I was tripping. I felt like I was just like in a dream or something. I'm like, no, he didn't duet me. And that, bro, man, I appreciated him so much, bro. Because, man, when he did that, bro, my numbers just went through the wall. Yeah, like literally.
All it takes is one thing like that, and of course, you know, with our show, like with the different guests we have on, like as I said, you know, it goes like we'll go from having you on one week to having someone that, you know, does whatever another week to an adult film star or whatever. So really, like people sharing that around and they getting around, it's like you never know who's gonna see what and where it's up, and you know, all it takes is just one thing, just one tweet, one TikTok, one whatever to send something super viral. And you know, that's all she wrote after that. And I was talking to Eileen, of course, Eileen Shapiro, shout out Eileen. She provides us with a lot of our guests. We've been working for her for a long time. And she told me something that did you grow up in your grandfather's church? I think?
Church. My grandfather was a pastor. Okay. I grew up church my whole life, bro.
How was that? Like, I mean, like me, like I can't imagine, like me, I was a badass kid. So, you know, I can't imagine like me growing up as a kid in a church, because I'd be getting into like the communal wine, like the little, like I'd be getting into all kinds of like I can't be getting into in church. Like, you know, how was that? Like, was it like the kind of thing where you were there and like your grandfather was the kind of guy where like you knew you had to be respectful, or did you just kind of have like a little bit of the run of the place?
Honestly, man, growing up in church, man, it was kind of like something that I didn't have a choice. I had no other choice but to go to church. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mom, since she was a baby, my grandfather was a pastor. So, church was just like a part of our lifestyle, man. And coming up as a kid, a lot of times, what, 6, 7 years old,
Yeah.
7, 8 years old, you don't want to pay attention to the church service. You want to play you want to play, on your little well, it wasn't iPads back then. What's the little thing? Your Game Boy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
A leapfrog, something like that. Like
yeah, man, I want to chill. But then we had these ushers in church. So basically they would like pass out, tissue when people are crying, and those ushers will basically like pull our ears if we eating gum in the church. They'll just come up to us and spit it out. You got to spit your gum.
So they were like
wild, man. But we had some fun in church too, man, because they would have like games for the youth and that type of stuff. But yeah, my grandfather, man, he pretty much forced me to. Once he found out when I was about 8, 9 years old that I had a voice, he forced me every Sunday to sing. So I would know like around the time that he was about to preach. So when I feel like, he's about to go up and preach and call me to sing, I would run out to the bathroom and hide, hide in the stalls, and the ushers would come grab me by my ear, bring me. You hear your grandfather in there calling you to sing? Go up there.
Oh man!
Now
it was fun, man.
The church gospel type stuff, the church choir. Have you ever seen like any like kind of like crazy? Of course, like the first thing I always think of is like for things that could potentially go wrong with a church choir is of course Home Alone when Buzz is doing the thing and he pushes Buzz and all the kids fall. Like, have you ever seen or heard of anything like that happening while you were?
Have I ever seen anything like that in person? No, I haven't seen anything like that in person, man.
No, I mean, it does seem like
that would be wild, though.
Yeah, the ushers would be on that quick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The bodyguard ushers, they'd be over like everybody down there, like they're helping everybody up, and then they realize, oh, gum, give me the gum. Like as they're helping, give me the gum.
See, I'm not picturing the typical ushers. I'm typical like. I'm thinking like they're CIA, like dark sunglasses.
With dark sunglasses, they look like the Men in Black from like the movie or whatever. They also have like those big what was it? Those guns in Men in Black when they would make people like disappear. They'd be like, "This is the last time we're telling you about the gum."
Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious.
But no, so Jarvis, now with everything that you're doing, of course you do cover some covers and all that. Now, do you have a lot of original stuff as well?
You know what, man? I'm actually I'm working on my first project, bro.
Okay.
I'm working on my first project. I got a single coming out on Valentine's Day, February 14th, called Hands of a Woman, man. I think it's a powerful it's a powerful love song, man, just for lovers, man, just to love on each other. And if you like good country music, man, with a little soul in it, man, I think, man, you'll like it, man. Hands of a Woman. It'll be out February 14th. But I'm working on a project, a full album right now, man. So I'm back and forth from here to Nashville and LA, working with some good people, man.
Now when your album comes out, definitely shoot us some of the stuff, because we do a local feature called Fully Fermented. We feature local breweries, all that. We always try to use
definitely
music and all that stuff, and of course TikTok also. When I do TikTok posts, I'll use exclusively just our guests' music on that.
Definitely. I gotta follow y'all on TikTok too, man. You said you made another page, right?
Yes, we did. I tagged you. I tagged you in a few of the posts.
Okay.
But I'll get it to you once we're done. Once we're done, I'll shoot you a message on TikTok, or I'll shoot you a message on Instagram or whatever, and get it over to you. Now you said you go to Nashville a lot. So is that the first time you've ever been in Nashville?
I've always wanted to go to Nashville, dude.
I've been in Nashville, man, maybe about 7 times.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I was working with a guy named Ilya Tashinsky out there. I met through a buddy of mine named Tommy Hubbard. But Ilya, so like he's done stuff for Tim McGraw, Jason Aldean, Randy Trav, everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was doing some work with them, man, and and songwriters, a girl named Nicole, a guy named Jeffrey East, an incredible songwriter, bro. He actually wrote Hands of a Woman, man. He's dope, bro. But I work with a lot of people out there, man, and I feel like, man, when you're singing country music, that's a good place to be, bro. There's some talented people there. Some super talented musicians, producers, songwriters, man.
Yeah, without question. And like, it's insane. Like, I've always wanted to go to Nashville, and of course it's Music City. I myself, I've never been able to, go out there. Like, is it pretty like wild out there as well? Like,
I'm gonna tell you this, man. It's like from where I'm at in Milwaukee. Milwaukee is like in the inner city. Milwaukee is like a fast pace. It's kind of slow in Nashville, but slower than Milwaukee. But when you get downtown on Broadway, on a Friday night, man, it's buck wild down there, man. Really? You don't see nothing but cowboy boots, the Daisy Dukes.
That is crazy. That's insane.
They know how to party in Nashville, man.
Well, it's funny because like for guys like us, that would kind of be like a culture shock to us because we're from Baltimore. So
nice.
Baltimore, it's like, we're down there. Of course, Baltimore is fun. They're well known for the Orioles. So you ever get out to Baltimore, I always tell everybody, go to Oriole Park. It's the best ballpark in all of baseball.
Nice, man.
But no, like we have a lot of good food and all that stuff, but it's so different.
A lot of good strip clubs too.
Yeah, a lot of that, but we also have a lot of murder here as well.
Right.
Uh-oh.
We know how to party and kill people.
I don't party, you kill people. But what we're going to do, this is where things are going to kind of take a little bit of a 360. We're going to get into one of our news articles. So the first one is, let's get into this one right here. So Keanu Reeves gets a restraining order against alleged stalker who he said would sign over his rights to the actor.
What?
Yeah. It says a man accused of repeatedly trying to break into Keanu Reeves' home and leaving behind a DNA testing kit has been directed to stay away from the actor under a court order. Reeves said he has suffered emotional distress due to the harassment and stalking, according to an application for a temporary restraining order filed Tuesday in Los Angeles County. And it says Brian Keith Dixon, 38, allegedly trespassed on the actor's property at least 6 times between November and January. How do these people like celebrities? I don't understand.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Too.
They
that time frame.
Jarvis's grandfather's church ushers, like outside their houses, just waiting for them. Like,
hey man, he better be happy. Chief didn't break out John Wick on him.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're going on the John Wick's property.
Right. Not just that, like
that's wild, bro.
Watching John Wick, but
killed a man with a pencil.
Listen, but right, that's all acting. But I actually, dude, if you've ever watched him go to like a gun range, I think he has clips on TikTok. That he's actually very skilled in the self-defense department. So,
but you know what though, Keanu Reeves though, like he's like, if you could sit there and describe who you would say is like the most genuine, like a real human being,
right?
Keanu Reeves will probably fit that mold. Like he's the type of guy that he takes pictures with chicks and has his hands out. He doesn't touch. Like he takes public transportation.
Like such a nice, like soft person.
Yeah,
as well.
He's just
like I feel like I could
person.
just like put my hand on his cheek and stare in his eyes.
I mean, you would probably do that anyways. I mean, like I would totally do it. Oh, so it says during one uninvited visit, Dixon tried to break into Reeves' home, then fell asleep in his backyard, according to the.
Are you freaking serious, bro?
Like what?
Wow.
It said he returned the next day again and tried to break into Reeves' home, then left behind a backpack with a DNA testing kit, an alarming note addressed to Reeves, and photographs. What kind of photographs? Wait,
bro, what is going on here?
Hold up. Like, whoa. Okay. Is the article over?
No. It still goes a little bit. It says Dixon intended to use the kit on Reeves to show that they are somehow related.
Oh, yeah.
According to the application for the restraining order. The rallied footage allegedly showed Dixon continuing to trespass on Reeves' property. So let's see. It has a little bit more. Let's see if they have anything else weird from that. So it says, according to the application, Dixon has a delusional obsession with Reeves and a criminal history in Rhode Island.
Oh.
Well, that's fun. With charges including possession of burglary tools. I would never suspect that. Vandalism and disorderly conduct.
Where is Keanu Reeves from? Where's like the home that he's from? What did it say?
It's in Los Angeles County.
Oh, that's Rhode Island. He's all the way in Los Angeles. How the hell is he all the way in there with that?
They get the Keanu Reeves and prove that he's related to him. That's why.
He's got a criminal record like that. How are you getting?
Hey, Keanu, come on, open up. We're cousins.
Right.
It says Dixon has also posted alarming messages and images of Reeves on his Facebook page, saying that he will sign over his rights to Reeves. Reeves and that actor could be in charge of him. According to the court filings, he referred to himself as Jasper Keith Reeves. Wait, hold on. Jasper Keith Reeves? That's like a fucking, like, that's like the name of someone who kills a president. Like, that's always three names on someone, like Charles Lee Ray, the guy who was that Shucky. Like, that is the name of a killer.
What's the guy
I got so many questions, bro. First of all, how is he even getting close to his house? Don't they live in gated neighborhoods?
Yeah, that's right.
You can just walk up to Keanu Reeves' house.
Yeah,
I want to know how he's getting from Rhode Island across the country with a criminal record and just hanging out in Keanu Reeves and falling asleep.
He's Jasper Keith Reeves. That's why he is the illegitimate cousin of Keanu Reeves.
I was going to ask that. I was like, why is he leaving a DNA test there?
I don't know.
Makes no sense.
Like I automatically
wants him to take the test, see if they actually are related.
I automatically think of Lizzo's song with the DNA test. Like, it's like, what is this? Like, oh my God. Like,
see,
so, and Jarvis, like, that's the thing. Like, that's the problem.
Are you sure you want fame?
Like, are you sure? Because, you'll be sitting there eating cereal, and then the next thing you know, you just see a naked man yelling while you're like, what is it? Sprinkler is just blasting him in the face, and he's just waving his arms in the air. You're just like, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to call the ushers. Like, this is weird.
I want to know what the rights he's trying.
Bro, I think I'm gonna hire me a whole army of ushers, bro. Yeah, people, man, are difficult, bro. Like, in me, I don't even really consider myself famous, but man, I even got people, bro, that just, they say the weirdest things in, my inbox, bro. It kind of creeps me out, and then they'll like make fake pages. I got about 30 fake pages out there.
Someone makes a fake page of you. That's when you know you fucking made it.
That's actually awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, like, I can't wait for a fake happy hour pod page. Like, I'm like, we made it. Like, screw the 2023 AVN podcast nomination. That's when we made it.
Like, I'm cool with the fan pages and stuff, but when you get to making pages and then inboxing people that you see follow me and say, hey, how long have you been a fan? And would you like to meet me? And now you're going overboard, buddy.
Yeah.
You're doing too much, man.
Yeah. How about they take a picture of it like a DNA kit?
I'm Jarvis Jasper Redd. I mean, that's the thing. Like, and I mean, Matt, like, we have heard so many horror stories from some of the adult film stars or, models that we've had on the show where they were like, this guy was talking to me for 2 years and sending me money. And then he met me at a convention. I'm like, I don't know who you are. and I mean, that's the thing. And that's what people do. Like, they'll go on, they'll pose at you. They'll be like, oh, well, you're a fan, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm still in it. I'm still trying to make it in music, blah, blah, blah. My car's broken down. Would you be able to send me like, $100, blah, blah, blah. And that's how
catfished and stuff.
We had the story of some lady who was catfished into believing she was, it was some Russian lady, and she was catfished by a guy, and he made her believe that he was up in outer space, like on the Russian space station, and she was sending him money. I'm like, wait, how do you even believe that? Like,
how do you even believe that?
Yeah,
that was a story we had on here.
Yeah, you might have been out that night, but like it was the whole thing of
like, how do you Well, look, what I grew up, what I was taught,
Wi-Fi on the space
right.
station.
Well, what I was taught is something sounds too good to be true, or
Normally,
it normally is. Like a dude from outer space is calling you and texting you and sending you money.
Yeah.
You're sending me money. Like that's just okay. Red flag, right?
Yeah. Now, Jarvis, when you see stuff like that, like how do you handle that? Like, is it like, do you do legal stuff? Do you just kind of reach out and go, hey, I know you're not me, knock it off, or I'm gonna have to like what steps do you have to take?
Honestly, what I did when it first started happening, I would just I would screenshot the page and then I'll put it in my story on Instagram and I'll say, hey, everybody go report this person. And, I start doing that, man. And, everybody will report it and then the page will get deleted. And then like a day later, they'll just make another one. So I just got to the point where I just said, screw it. Ain't nothing I can really do about it at this point. So right now I'm going through the process of getting verified. So it's like, once I get verified, which would be like in a couple weeks or whatever, it's kind of like anything out there that doesn't have this blue check and says Jarvis Redd, don't trust it.
What you should do, you should tag them and challenge them to a sing off. That's what you should do.
And that's the thing.
Show up.
And like with TikTok, like I believe that it's the real you that I'm following. Like it has like over 1 million followers. So I'm thinking,
that's me.
It's the real you. It's like Jarvis _ I think Red or something like that. I think
it's just Jarvis Redd.
Jarvis Redd. Okay.
Like, wait a second. That ain't me. No,
I'm not sure what it is 100%, but I know we follow you on Instagram and on TikTok. So, but no, man, like it's a completely crazy world out there. And speaking of crazy worlds, we got 3 of these, so we're gonna try to roll through another one, and then we'll get to another one later. Another one is alleged truck thief says zombies were chasing him. And this happened in Temecula, California. Authorities say a man who allegedly stole a big rig truck in Riverside County and hurt 7 people in crashes claimed he was fleeing from zombies. How do I feel like this is going to end with crystal meth? Like,
bro.
19...
that's wild, bro. People need serious help, bro. Counseling and mental health is real, bro. It's like, I feel like if they get, incriminated and, locked up, man, those people in jail or something, they got to get some psychological help, bro.
Oh yeah,
because they're going to get out and do the same thing.
Like, like we read in the Keanu Reeves thing, the guy was posting disturbing stuff on Facebook. How often do we hear somebody posted this or that on a social media page and it fell through the cracks, and the next thing you know, they killed 17 people?
Well, for real, bro. For real, man. Those people, bro, they got to get help, bro, psychologically.
Yeah, the dude had a criminal record. Yeah. He's from Rhode Island, and he's in fucking California right now. Like,
it says
shouldn't be able to do that.
And this dude's 19. 19-year-old Jeremiah Hartline of Tennessee was arrested on Saturday after the rig loaded with strawberry. He stole a fucking strawberry truck.
What?
A rig loaded with strawberries overturned on Interstate 15 in Temecula after a series of crashes. He remains jailed until Wednesday. California Highway Patrol Officer Nathan Baer tells Riverside Press Enterprise that Hartline claimed zombies were chasing him and he had to get away. So I wonder if he thought all of those like exploded strawberries were like exploded zombie brains like all over the highway. Like
I don't really get into drugs, but man, I'm definitely thinking shrooms, acid, or something like that, bro, because that's wild, bro. Zombies, bro. Come on now, man. Like, bro, like.
So it doesn't
need some help, man. Go get some help, man.
Yeah, it doesn't say if he was on anything. It says Bear. This is the last sentence. Bear says the truck was stolen when the driver got out at some scales in Rainbow. The trucker told CHP that Hartline is an acquaintance who stowed away in Tennessee and is allowed to remain. And that's it. It doesn't say anything about like drugs or anything like that.
Wow, man.
But
that's sad, man.
Yeah, like I just
I never heard nothing like that in my life. That's crazy. That's wild.
Look,
Like,
man, I
I-
don't know. It's
Like,
2023.
I've drank a lot. I've never really been a big drug guy. I mean, Matt like messes with the green every so often.
Every
But
so-
I'm
every so often.
sorry. Every so often, you're okay.
Yeah.
But no, like I'm one of those ones that if it wasn't for drinking, I'd be straight edge. But like when I partied all the time, never in my mind did I ever sit there and think that I was being chased by zombies. I mean, I would sit there and feel that I was drunk enough to where I would have to rip a toilet out of the ground for some reason. But never I sit there and think I need to steal this semi
Right.
because The Last of Us is fucking behind me. Like that doesn't make sense.
Hey, you're not thinking about pulling up on Howard Stern.
Yeah.
In front of his house. Hey, Howard,
Yeah.
I just found out we're brothers.
The guy steals the strawberry truck, goes to Keanu Reeves' house, and he's like, "Hey, Keanu, it's me, Jasper. I brought you all these strawberries. There's a DNA test somewhere in the bottom of the strawberries. You need to swim and find it so you can take claim of me."
Right.
Like,
I escaped all the zombies.
yeah, I escaped the zombie apocalypse so you can claim me as family. Like,
That's wild, bro.
oh my God. And what we're going to do real quick is we're going to get into our game segment called Ode to Humanity. We play a series of games. The first game we do is Never Have I Ever. So the thing is if you did it, you can just raise your hand, we'll take a drink, whatever, all that. Or, if you don't want to say you did it, that's fine too. Mainly it's just the weird stuff me and Matt come up with it. And if you want to give a little bit of an explanation, you can. I feel like these ones aren't as bad this week. So the first one, you want to say what the first one is?
Okay, so the first one is professed my love for someone while drunk.
Okay, so never have I ever professed my love for someone while I was drunk. So
I don't think I've ever done that.
I don't know. I've been at the bar a lot of times and met random people.
Oh,
And told them that I've loved it.
okay, yeah, all right. I mean, there was that.
Nah.
There were times when I was Jasper Reeves, and I was like, "Look, we're related, okay?"
There was that one time at my bachelor party with that midget stripper.
All right, so here's the second one. Never have I ever cracked open a beer with my teeth. I have not done that. Like,
no.
How does that because that's the thing. It's like
I ain't did that one yet.
Yeah, like do you take?
I would try it though. I would try it.
Yeah, like do you take a bottle and grip it with your teeth and pull
There's-
it open, or do you take a can and kind of like nestle your teeth?
There
underneath
is
like
a
ring
guy.
and then pull up.
That's what I was thinking about. A can.
I think on TikTok that does that, right?
Okay.
He normally does it with like Corona bottles.
Okay.
He just cracks it open
Oh.
and he like swirls it
Oh.
around and
I
like
saw that guy, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he cracks that thing.
Talented, man.
I-
Talented brother, man.
Like
Makes like a little swirl, man.
yeah. Like I can't even open the bottle with like my arm or like anything. Like, put it right here and turn it. Like much less
Yeah.
do it with my teeth. Like
right. I
Yeah.
always went through that cool shit where you're like, even like bartenders can do. I can't do it. They just
yeah.
put it on the table and just smack it, and I can't even.
Yeah.
I would fuck
I
that
would
up.
break a bottle. That bottle would shatter in my hands if I did. No way. All right. So the last one is never have I ever taken drugs to get through a flight. So I have not, and of course, I think that includes like Valium and stuff like that. If you're nervous to fly and all that. Like I know I never have, but I have seen my brother-in-law. He hates flying. And he's been to Mexico with us all 4 times we went. And it'd be the kind of thing where the plane would have no turbulence at all. And he'd be holding on to the food tray. Like, and he had to take Valium and stuff like that. And I got yelled at by my wife because there was a time. Have you ever seen Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay?
Nah, I haven't saw that.
Okay, well, there's a scene in the movie where Kumar, who's an Arab American comedian, and he looks back at someone who's scared, and they see him as a terrorist. And he goes like this, and he's like, "Ooh." And I looked back at him, and I made eye contact with him, and I was like, "Oh!" Like I just see
oh my god!
his eyes,
See, that's
and she's
fucked up,
like,
bro.
"He's fucked up." he took Valium and he was still that fucking scared.
Wow.
And every time we got a little bit of like just slight shake, I would look and I'm like, he's gonna rip that like back off of the chair and just
You want to hear a secret?
Now, how old was he?
He's my age at 37.
He's better
yeah.
age, yes.
Oh man!
Yeah.
Oh yeah! Wow, man!
He's a big boy too. He's like probably he's in the 300-pound mark or whatever too. So he's already, and that's the thing. Then we made her cousin sit next to him, and the whole time I'm looking over at her cousin. Her cousin's just like this, looking at him the whole time. Like
now, somebody, I'm be honest with you, somebody like that will probably make me nervous on the plane.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, what's really going on?
That's why the marshals come in.
Hey, should I be worried?
People away.
Yeah.
The marshals will show up, and if they think you're gonna freak out or whatever, they'll take you away. But you want to hear a secret? I've never flown.
Really?
Never flown anywhere.
Really?
In my life, really.
Wow.
Do you want to know what I do? Well, you already know as a profession.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I work in the aerospace industry. Yeah. So let me tell you guys something. I ain't flying nowhere. Y'all shouldn't be either. I've seen some shit. No, the planes are completely safe. I'm not gonna.
And what we're gonna do, we're gonna get into our game Incoherent. And I was sitting there thinking earlier, what did I forget to do? And normally I have the Incoherent cards ready to where I can pull them up on a screen, but I forgot to take the pictures of them to do that. So I'm going to do it the old school way. I'm going to hold them up to the camera. And what it's going to be is they're going to be in drunken lingo. And you need to try to sound them out and figure out what they say. And there's a couple of hints on the back. So here's the first one. Can you read that okay?
Mike growing influencer. Mike growing influencer. Mike growing influencer.
One of the hints.
Mike growing influencer.
I think he's got it.
Mike.
You have 10K followers compared to Jarvis's 1 million followers.
Mike, a growing influencer.
You're close. Second word, influencer.
Mike growing influencer.
Small. What? How would you describe something small?
Something small.
Yeah.
Something small, tiny, little.
But all right, it begins with an M.
M.
Yeah. And you have an appliance. You normally have an appliance in your kitchen that begins with the M word.
Microwave. Mike.
Oh, so what's the first part of that?
Microwave.
Micro influencer.
Micro influencer.
Yeah,
nice.
it is. And what's funny is that with this game, you'll end up saying it without realizing that you're saying it. And then it's
I wanted to get that one. God.
So here's the second one. So what do you think that says?
Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish.
Yes.
There we go.
Of course, the hints are bad guy and bonus points to anyone who can tell what genre her music is. And here's the last one. So what do you think that one is?
Sex before marriage.
You just
sex before marriage.
You literally said it without realizing you said it.
Sex before marriage. Sex before marriage. Sex before marriage. Sex before marriage. Sex.
Testing out a car before you spend the rest of your life in it.
I haven't heard that in a while.
Sex before marriage. Oh, crapper!
It's not Bible approved. You should know this.
You're saying it. You're literally saying it without.
Sex before marriage. Sex before marriage. For marriage.
Yes. The
sex
ushers
before
would be
marriage.
Very angry at you right now. They pull you by the ear.
Get
off. Sex before marriage. Sex before marriage. Bro, why can't I get it?
Because you're saying it. It's so hilarious because you're saying it. What sounds like you're saying it.
All right. So it is sex before marriage.
Oh,
yeah. And you were literally you said it like 6 times.
Oh,
And I was like,
bro.
that's the glorious part about this game. And actually, with this game, we as I said, I'm not sure how familiar with pro wrestling you are, but every year they do the Royal Rumble. So what we did is last year, since I have the pro wrestling background, we got 30 former guests together and we played this game in a Royal Rumble style, 30 former guests. We did it, number 1 through 30, random numbers of who would come in, and they had to answer these cards. And if you couldn't answer the card, you were eliminated. And just kept on going until we got down to one last.
Oh, that's dope.
I sent the winner a championship belt. So,
nice.
Yeah. So it was fun. And we're doing another one. So for everybody watching at home, make sure you tune in on Friday, June 9th. We will be back with the TheHHPod Rumble 2023. We're still getting guests locked in. Maybe we can have Jarvis come back if he's available.
Definitely.
It's a fun time, happy mix of all kinds of guests that we've had over the last year and the last couple of years coming back for that. So our final game, of course, this is our Ode to Humanity segment. So we end the Ode to Humanity segment with Cards Against Humanity. Have you ever played Cards Against Humanity?
Nope, never in my life.
Oh my God, you are in for a real treat. Cards Against Humanity is a really off the wall, what the fuck, this is kind of vulgar type game. So what
it's a good icebreaker.
It's a good icebreaker. And so pretty much what it is normally there's a face card and then everybody else has 10 cards and they choose which card they think will best answer that. We can't do that on the show because it's kind of hard because we're on Zoom. So what we do is we read off the face card and then we're going to have you answer it roulette style. So we'll read off the card and then we'll have you pick a number between 1 and 6 to randomly answer that card. If you don't like it, you get 2 more rebuttals until you find the answer you like. If you don't, the last answer is what sticks. So, all right. So the first one is here at the Academy of Gifted Children, we will allow students to explore blank at their own pace. So what do you think? 1 through 6, what number jumps out as you as a lucky number?
Let's say 5.
5. All right. So here at the Academy for Gifted Children, we allow students to explore a basketball that screams every time it gets bounced at their own pace. So do you like that or do you want to choose another card?
Nah, man, ain't it?
All right. So now 1 through 5. What do you want 1 through 5? Now, mind you, it could get better or it could get way worse.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Let's do 2.
2. Okay. All right. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, wow.
Oh. You're at the Academy.
You can't even read it. You all right? Can't even read it.
You're at the Academy for Gifted Children. We will allow students to explore the primal ball slapping sex. Your parents
crap!
their own base.
Oh, bro.
So we said it would get better or get worse. Do you want to stick with that one or do you want to use your last rebuttal?
Oh, bro. Crap. Let's try it, man. 3. Oh, did I say 3 already?
Yeah,
2
you
and
can do 3.
Yeah, 2 and 5.
Yeah, let's do
3,
3,
man.
All right.
Come on, man.
So the last one is here at the Academy of Gifted Children, we allow students to explore my wife in Borat's voice at their own pace.
What?
I told you this is a crazy game,
bro.
What style?
Ooh.
It can either be very civilized or very off the wall. So the next one, Matt's gonna take part also. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna flip these over because this is considered a draw 2 card. So it has 2 blanks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read it off. You're going to choose a number. Matt's going to choose a number. It's between 1 and 8. There's 8 there, right? How many is there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8.
All right, so 8. So you're each going to pick a number, and then we're going to see what you guys come up with. Same thing applies if you want rebuttals and all that. What kind of? So this one says, "Heed my voice, mortals. I am the god of blank, and I will not tolerate blank. So Jarvis, what do you think? 1 through 8.
Let's do 5.
5. All right. All right. So 5.
I'm gonna go with 2.
2. All right. So 5 and 2. Heed my voice, mortals. I am the god of driving to a Walmart parking lot and staring into the distance for 8 hours. I will not tolerate respecting women. So, are you two satisfied with your answers, or do you guys want to rebuttal?
I got a rebuttal, bro.
All right, so you're going to rebuttal. What about you, Matt?
I think I'll take another.
Right. So now we're going to do 1 through 6 because there's 6 cards left. So what do you think, Jarvis?
Let's go with 1.
1. All right, so 1. All right.
And I'm gonna go with let's say 3.
3. All right. Let's do that. All right. So heed my voice, mortals. I am the god of shit, and I will not tolerate the harsh light of day. So are you guys satisfied with those, or do one of both of you want to use your final rebuttals?
What should we do, bro? It's on you, man.
I think shit is solid. The god of shit. I think that's a solid. Like, could you imagine, like, the guy at Keanu's property yelling, "Here, heed my voice, Keanu. I am the god of shit.
All
you will take your DNA test."
He definitely made these cards.
I'll change mine one more time.
You're gonna change yours one more time. All right. You're gonna hold with yours, Jarvis, or you want to do another one?
I'm gonna do another one, bro.
You're gonna do another one. All right.
So we got
all right.
4 cards now.
So 4 cards, 1 through 4. What do you think?
Let's do. Did we do 4 already?
No, it's 1 through 4 now, so you can do 4.
4.
All right, so 4.
4, and I'll do.
All right, so 4.
And I'll do 3. Oh God.
Oh, jeez.
It's even worse.
Christ.
It's not. It's even worse.
Oh my God. Heed my voice, mortals. I am the god of glory holes, and I will not tolerate getting fisted by a man with no finger.
Oh!
And that is where we'll stay because
come on.
I'd say it's pretty solid because it flows, it goes together.
It did flow,
but it's not a good situation.
Bro, you got some extra cards in the back?
Oh my God, Jarvis, thank you for taking part in our Ode to Humanity segment. Always a big hit with our guests because a lot of them don't expect the games, and then they get the games and they're like, oh man, we didn't expect this. So always lightens the mood. What we're gonna do though, man, is we're probably gonna let you go ahead and get ready to get out of here shortly.
Okay.
We're gonna hang out a little bit longer here on YouTube Live for everybody watching live. Jarvis, of course, where can everybody find you? You know, we know you have your song coming on Valentine's Day. We know your album's gonna be coming, but where can everybody find you? And also, what all do you have coming up, man?
Man, everybody, man, y'all can find me on Instagram at Jarvis Redd. You can find me on TikTok at Jarvis Redd. You can find me on YouTube at Jarvis Redd. And yeah, man, I got right now, I got the single, like I said, coming out February 14th, Hands of a Woman. And then I also have this June, I was blessed, man, to be invited by the Country Music Association to sing at the CMA Festival. So I'll be performing there in June.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
And actually, Jason in the live stream, he said that you should try to work with Taylor Swift. So
Taylor's amazing, man. She's incredible.
Yeah,
I would love to work with Taylor.
Yeah, working with someone that held the top 10 Billboard charts all at one time with 10 different songs. And my wife, she's a
Taylor is an icon, bro.
Yeah, I know about all that. Incredible. Just how big of a Swiftie my wife is. But no, so Jarvis, what we're gonna do, man, of course, we'll definitely be in touch. I hope you had a great time on the show. Real quick,
man, I had a blast, bro.
Before you go, would you just be able to do a plug for us? Just say, hey, this is Jarvis Redd, and you're watching the Happy Hour podcast. Let me just pin you real quick. Right there. All right, man. Whenever you're ready.
Yo, this is Jarvis Redd, and you're watching the Happy Hour podcast.
Awesome,
All right.
brother.
Awesome.
Thank you. We appreciate it. And I'll be in touch with Eileen. We're a little backed up with getting them out because we have so many guests. I always like to try to send our guests something, whether it be a shirt, whatever, as a thank you of being on the show. So I'll definitely reach out to Eileen, get all your info or whatever and get like a shirt or something like that out to you, man.
Thanks, bros. I appreciate y'all, man. I had a blast, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. Thank you.
Awesome.
Anytime. Let us know. Definitely shoot us some of your music and all that. We'll play right here on the show.
Hell yeah.
All right, holla.
All right, man.
brother.
All right. See ya. All right. All right. So what we're going to do for those of you still watching on a YouTube live, we're going to take a quick break momentarily, and then we're going to be right back. We're going to do our How Did We Get Here segment.
Sure.
And we're going to also get into porn parody comparisons, and we're going to get into our last drunken news article. So
Right.
I figured we had tortured Jarvis enough that some of the other stuff I was just kind of like, okay, like Cards Against Humanity was the big, icebreaker with that. So let me go ahead. We're going to go ahead and run our ads, and then we're going to be right back here on YouTube Live in about 3.5 minutes.
Hey, this is Brad Newman, and you're watching the Happy Hour Podcast.
I am Dana, your digital algorithm neurocomputing assistant.
Did you know that 2 of the fembots have been working here for the past week?
I'll be able to spot them in 2 seconds.
Wanna bet?
Dad, I'm afraid of it.
Andy, what are you talking about? It has no emotions, no opinions, no feelings. We either beta test this technology or we die.
Power up.
They have detected a software glitch.
Don't get too carried away. HR can have your ass.
Fuck it.
What if it gives you a better blowjob than me?
Why did they put braces on you?
So I appear more human.
Do you kiss like a human?
I uploaded an adult movie so they can learn.
Your robot is sexy. And it sounds human.
Huh? You're having a conversation with this thing.
It's just for a month.
I miss you, baby. And I can learn to tolerate Mandy.
Tolerate? No, there's only 2 of us in this relationship.
Then Mandy must go. What the fuck? She's a crazy machine, Michael. Just get rid of her.
She'll just find her way back. Sex with fembots may feel good, but it's just asking for trouble.
I love you, Michael.
But with a hard on.
Hello, my name is Bubba Almany. I am a bodyguard who has been in the security industry for over a decade. My team and I offer a variety of security services that cover all aspects of security operations. We have secured some of the highest profile clients and largest events in the world. Should your situation require armed protection, we have the ability to carry in all 50 states and U.S. territories. Not only do we have the latest security equipment, we also have world-class training. We look forward to assisting all of your security needs by bringing you the finest and most dedicated security personnel available. From the Office of the President of the United States to local county and state dignitaries, my tactical dignitary protection officers are the tip of the spear in this extremely competitive industry. Let my highly trained staff protect the asset today. We can be contacted via the email and number below. Thank you.
This is Miles Sean, and you're on the Happy Hour podcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Happy Hour podcast. Of course, we're here on YouTube Live, and of course, once again, big shout out to Full Tilt Brewing. They right here, the old school Topps baseball logo. Make sure you check out Fully Fermented. Fully Fermented featuring Full Tilt Brewery is now available on our YouTube. Make sure you click the subscribe button either in this corner or that corner, whatever corner it's on. Just click it and check out our local feature. You know, we're always out doing stuff all the time. Speaking of which, we will be out again tomorrow night, which is February the 4th. We will be at Zen West right here in Baltimore. We'll be hanging out with our friends, A Light Divided. If you guys notice, we now have an intro to the show, which features the theme, Radio Silence by A Light Divided. So we will be hanging out with them, catching up with them, and recording some exclusive footage from their show. And we're going to try to get some things lined up for March and April and, you know, all that fun stuff, some more breweries. But what we're going to do real quick, we're going to get into our featured shot. So I'm sure Matt's getting rock solid right now, thinking of our featured shot. And
actually,
featured
I was thinking about your hair, dude.
Right now.
Dude, do you got do you got mousse in your hair?
No.
What's going on with it?
If I make my hair wet, it stays like this. Like
wet like that?
It stays with that wet look. I don't understand why. Do you like
I
want
to
fuck me like this? Like, I mean,
if it's gonna get us more followers,
yes.
I think about it. No, I'm not into that shit. But no, it's.
Thank you.
I've never seen your hair like that. It's
funny.
it's like a slicked back.
It's like
it's almost like a Nazi kind of type thing. But I don't want to get flagged for.
Thank you. But no, like what it is it's a happy medium because you know back in the day I used to just take my hair all the way down to this line right here. That's it. You know, it would always be that line. And then one day out of the blue, just like your hair looks like shit short. And I was like, we've been together for 13 years.
That's fucked up, bro.
And my hair has always been like that. She's like, well, I don't like it. And she's like, grow it out. But I don't like it when it gets super long because it sticks out from my hat and all that shit. So I went and got it cut this time. And the length that it is now, she's okay with it. So I feel like that's a win.
You look younger.
I appreciate that. I've also lost like 14 pounds in the last like 3 weeks too. So, you know,
maybe that's it.
It might be that. I don't know.
The whole rest of the show is going to be like
the rest of the show is you Matt admiring me.
What's the word? Is that having a man crush? Or whatever? That's the rest of the show, guys. The rest man crushing on Ray.
The rest of the show, you just see Matt's hand slowly slide down the front of my pants, and I'm like, wait a minute, what are you doing? I'm jerking you off.
Okay,
like it.
Now you made it weird, bro. Now you made it. See, now you're trying to get me all liquored up. Look at you. Anyway.
But anyways, we're going to get into our featured shot, which is still, we're getting a little low on this, so I'm sure Matt's getting kind of excited like that because he hates vodka.
Again, vodka.
But our featured shot is Pinnacle Salted Caramel Vodka. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get this rocking and rolling. And then we got another Drunken News article and a couple of other fun little segments that we're going to get into right here on YouTube Live. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to pour this guy right. Like I almost fucking spilled this entire bottle. There we go. So Matt, there you go. I'll let you pour your own.
I just like because vodka is like it's the closest thing to fucking rubbing alcohol. Like if you were to just look, I can smell it. Just like it's right here, and it's like I smell like I'm drinking. Like, alcohol.
I think absinthe tastes the way aftershave smells.
Yeah, yeah, that's very rare.
All right, so here we go.
Oh God, yes.
All right, so shout out to Pinnacle Vodka, and of course, another shout out to Full Tilt Brewing. Of course, our featured brew for this week is while we're recuperating is the Dudester Hazy IPA with orange, prickly pear, and banana. It's right exclusively at Full Tilt Brewing. They're huge wrestling fans, so if you go over there, you know they do a lot of featured wrestling beers. They've done. I cannot concentrate with you.
Sorry. Go ahead then. Go ahead.
No, like you're dying. Like I hear you. You go from like telling me how good I look to like. I'm just like, well, he lied to me. Damn it. But what we're going to do is we're going to get into how did we get here? And I figured that we had tortured Jarvis enough that this week's how did we get here? And Matt will probably see this for a split second before I pull it up onto the screen of what our how did we get here is for this week. So let me just go ahead and pull it up, and then we're going to go ahead and figure out how did we get here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull that up right there. Go ahead and click that. So I'm going to go ahead and show this. And Matt, how do you think we got here?
What am I looking at?
That is it looks to be what's left of a hand that's all stitched up with these weird little diode pins in the top of it.
What are the diode pins for?
I don't know. I don't know. Like I assume this person blew their hand up. Like that's what I'm assuming. But
Sports Illustrated.
It says Sports Illustrated. I feel like that this was a tragic photographer accident because if you notice, he has the nice camera right there, and I feel like I don't know if anybody remembers King of the Ring 1993 when Hogan wrestled Yokozuna and the Japanese cameraman's camera shot fire out of the front. I feel like that was the opposite effect. This guy was taking a picture and the camera just exploded in his hands, and there it was. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with a tragic camera explosion that made this man's hand look like it was that of Sloth's face.
I still just don't understand what I'm staring at. Those are two fingers. But what is this big piece? Did they reattach his thumb where it wasn't supposed to be?
Well, I don't know. Like
because it's like attached in the middle of his palm.
Tattooed. Like if you look, that looks like a tattoo. So I wonder if they like put like his arm or leg meat right here.
Oh shit! No, it's
like
you know what it is. It's probably somebody that had on ice.
Oh shit! Yeah,
we can't save your finger. So here's another. So now he's got like some.
We can't save the fingers.
Right.
What do you want? Can you give me like a skin hoof? And it's like, wait a minute, what? And he's like, I still need my fingers. The finger, the pussy, and they're just kind of like,
he has like this gangster finger now. It's like Tupac's finger or some shit.
Yeah, that is a dead gangster, like dead gang member.
Vinos locos, motherfucker.
His hand murdered 40 people in prison.
Right. They just pulled it off like an MS-13 gang member. And
also, like, look at it, the camera's there. You also see a pair of scissors right there. So
he did that shit himself.
Did he do this himself?
I don't know, bro.
Like, was it like the kind of thing where like we were fucking off with fireworks? I blow off part of my hand and you're like, don't worry, bro, I got you. And you just proceed to start cutting off like your shoulder fucking flesh. And we just sew it on with a fucking sewing machine. Like
it depends. Like if I'm on some Four Loko, maybe.
Like, I mean,
I'll like cut my nose off and put it on your hand.
Definitely like a self, like, you know, done that ourselves. And what we're going to do is now that I have this pulled up, so we're going to get into porn parody comparisons. So porn parody comparisons, of course, this week is The Big Bang Theory. So we know what The Big Bang Theory looks like. And of course, my celebrity crush has always been Kaylee Cuoco. Don't ask me why, I don't know, but that's always been my celebrity crush. But The Big Bang Theory, everybody knows Big Bang Theory. So
I'd bang all three of them.
Here's the porn parody version of it, which is The Big Bang Theory and XXX parody. So it's the special 2-disc collector set. And of course, Brie Olson is in that. You know, and Brie Olson was supposed to be on Happy Hour TV, but she was too fucked up and, you know, whacked out of her mind to appear on Happy Hour TV when we did that show, and fell off the stage when she was stripping. So, you know, like, yeah. So that's our experience with Brie Olson. Hopefully she has found the help that she needed after Charlie Sheen discovered her. So, but no, that's that. So, but yeah, like, so that's our porn parody comparisons. And of course, how did we get here? So
where's Charlie Sheen now?
I don't know, man.
I haven't heard much from that guy.
I haven't heard much from him either. So the final drunken news article read is employee at Mount Pleasant gas station found masturbating behind store.
I see why you saved this article.
Warning, this story contains details that may be disturbing for some readers. So if you're coming off of the man's hand that murdered 40 people, this may be disturbing compared to all the other things that we've had on the show. So an employee, and I think this is here because Mount Pleasant is an area here in Maryland. So I'm not sure. But it says an employee at a gas station in Mount Pleasant is facing charges after he was found masturbating on a bucket. Found masturbating on a bucket outside the business, according to an incident report obtained by ABC News 4. Monday afternoon, officers responded to the 7-Eleven located at 3930 North Highway 17. That's not Maryland. I don't know of any Highway 17 for reports of a man exposing himself. A witness reported that he stopped at the gas station after picking up his child from school. Moments after their arrival, the child said, "Dad, some guy is masturbating behind the building." Well, mind your business, kid.
Well, hold up. I didn't want to go say that, but I was just saying the child, then, if it's a child, right? Any child can range from 0 to like an adult age, but how does a child like, yo, Dad?
Yeah, Dad, look,
this dude is masturbating.
Yeah, this guy's like
as a child. How do you even know that's what
Dad,
that is?
That's not an Oscar Mayer hot dog that he has in his hand.
Because as a child, I didn't know what masturbating was.
I don't eat a lot of 7-Eleven stuff, but I do not really eat hot dogs unless they're from 7-Eleven. Or a baseball game. That's the only time. Like chef's kiss for their hot dog.
I like their Tostitos.
Also Slurpees. Like nothing beats a good old fashioned Slurpee. But it says the witness. Okay, so the witness drove to the back of the building and saw an employee, later identified as 20-year-old Samak Mac, seated on a bucket with his pants down. Like he took he sat on a bucket and everything. Like it's not like he didn't, like he was out of his mind. Like he knew what he's doing. This was premeditated. Yes. This was a premeditated masturbation.
I was gonna say that premeditated masturbation. Is that like a thing? Premeditated. You were gonna whack your meat.
Yeah. You're just gonna go at it with yourself. The witness spoke with the manager, and the two confronted Mac, who quickly stood up, pulled up his pants, and began to apologize frantically, according to the report.
Oh no, he's a chronic masturbator. That's his problem.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Officers interviewed the suspect, who they reported was noticeably nervous. Mac initially stated that he had to use the restroom, but too many customers were going in and out of the gas station's bathroom, so he decided to pee outside. Mac, wait.
Okay.
You get from peeing to coming. Like, I don't understand. Like, wait, like that. I don't understand. Max said while he was peeing, he began to smoke the marijuana. Okay. All right. And then some ash fell and landed on the tip of his penis. Wait a minute.
No. No. I see where this is going.
He's so high that he sees ash falling on his penis.
No, that can happen. If you
have you done it?
You have your penis
have you
out.
dropped ash on your penis while you were getting high?
Because I don't fucking smoke and pee. Did
you masturbate behind a 7-Eleven or a bucket?
No, that's not me in the story here. Fuck. They got cameras though, don't they? Shit. No, I'm kidding. No, it's definitely not me.
When police told him that they didn't believe his story, Mac began to cry. What a bitch. Began to cry and admitted that he was masturbating. According to the report, Mac apologized and said he didn't know why he did it. Mac was arrested and transported to the Al Cannon Detention Center, where he was booked shortly before 7 p.m. on one count of indecent exposure. Mac was granted $5,000 bond during an appearance in court Tuesday afternoon. So I'm sure Monday he didn't have to masturbate because somebody masturbated for him, or he had to masturbate somebody else off. Like that.
Oh, maybe that was his plan to go to jail.
That was his plan all along.
But look, here's the thing. What did it say? It said he was masturbating, and he was crying and apologizing. I'm like, dude, this is exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, this is what it looks like. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it's not. And of course, the live feed, our good friend Jason. I love Jason to death. Awesome guy. He was talking about a few things. Of course, we got to his Taylor Swift comment. He said he can't wait to meet us at Exotica in New Jersey. He's so excited. Actually, I drove right through the area
where
Exotica is going to be. It's about 2 hours away from us, but 2.5 hours in Jersey. But you know what? That's cool. I heard that's the place to be. And Jason, honestly, we're looking forward to meeting you. Jason is one of our biggest fans. Shout out to him. Thank you for tuning in each and every week. He started off a fan of Johnny Goodluck, and he's spun off watching our show every single week. We appreciate that. And, any fans we have, we definitely appreciate you. And then he said, I'm going to watch The Walking Dead later. I love Negan. He's awesome. So yes, I do. I feel like my two Walking Dead crushes were Rick Grimes and Negan. So those are I feel like those are probably the two. Daryl was a big character. I don't know, I liked it, but I didn't understand the hype with Daryl. I was a Rick Grimes and Negan.
I like the actor Daryl.
Yeah,
because
I love
from Boondock Saints.
Yeah.
Norman Reedus from Boondock Saints. He was in that. It was really good. I wouldn't Walking Dead, my favorite character. You know who my favorite character was, and this says a lot about me.
Who?
Shane.
You know what? I retract what I just said. Shane was
favorite character.
Here's the thing
Rick,
with Shane,
but he was the truth, bro. From episode 1 season all the way up, and the time and see, this is showing the age and how long I watch it. I don't watch it anymore.
But also how long ago The Walking Dead came out? The Walking Dead came out.
Well, this is kind of putting
it is, but they're spinning off now. They're doing the Negan and Maggie series. They're doing another spinoff, and then they're doing a Rick and Michonne series, which I'm going to watch that.
Yeah,
because I'm a Rick Grimes guy. I felt once Rick left, the show should have ended. Because it was the show about Rick Grimes.
But yeah, my number one guy was always Shane, and it always goes back to
Daryl. That was the other one. Thank you, Jason. Daryl and Carol was supposed to be it, but Melissa McBride left the show.
Right. So from that to fucking when Shane died, that conversation that Rick had before.
Yeah.
I think if I remember correctly, this is how long ago it was. I can't really remember, but I think Rick ultimately had to kill him.
Yeah,
I think.
Did you see when the last episode Rick was in and he had visions, he was dying on the horse and he was having visions and he saw Herschel and he saw Shane.
No,
he was in a police car with Shane.
Episode for me to
watch. That was great.
But Shane was telling him to be the man that you're going to become post this apocalyptic fucking shit.
Yeah, he
said it's fucked up and
but see, here's
why I liked him so much.
My thing
is the truth, bro.
With John Barenthal, who of course
you know what, Shane. and maybe, and I don't mean to cut you off, but that might be why, because if I have a man crush, it's definitely him. Dude, he plays the Punisher and everything. Dude, every role he kills.
With that though, I
awesome.
cannot unsee John Barenthal as Shane from The Walking Dead. That, when he did the Punisher, and I don't know if they did it, on purpose or what. But the first time you see John Barenthal in the Punisher show that they had on Netflix, he is wearing clothing similar to the clothing he wore in the last episode of The Walking Dead he did. So I'm not sure if that was kind of a little Amish, a little, kind of nudge to that. But no matter what John Barenthal does, I see him as Shane from The Walking Dead. I call him, that's Shane from The Walking Dead. That goes to show that he was in the show for a season and a half, and people remember Shane. That says a lot.
Dude, he's got his own podcast that I actually follow his podcast.
He's somewhat of a local boy, right? He's from DC.
He's from
DC.
I don't think he was here long.
Yeah. Well,
he's been abroad. He's been many places.
His parents lived in DC. He's not really, from DC himself, but his dad, I think his dad was a veterinarian because he's a big animal advocate, and his dad was a veterinarian. And I saw a photo on his Instagram one day, and it was of his kids, and his one kid was wearing a Nationals hat, and the other one was wearing an Orioles hat.
Oh.
I was like, wait a minute. I was like, hold on a fucking minute. And I Googled and it said born in Washington, D.C. And I was like, oh, well, fuck. That makes sense. It also makes more sense on him doing what the hell? We Own the City. Which, if anybody there, make sure you go to HBO Max, check out We Own This City, which has John Barenthal, and it is based on the gun task force here in Maryland, here in Baltimore, which all kinds of shit. Like those cops are doing all kinds of dirty shit. Dude, and John Barenthal played the main cop. So
dude, it's like I need to watch more of it. I kind of got lost because there's so many shows coming out.
Oh, yeah.
But it reminds me a lot like The Wire, which was based in Baltimore.
Did you hear what Netflix is doing? So Netflix,
besides the password sharing things,
you
assholes.
Yes. Like, how's it gonna work? I feel like they're gonna lose billions because the password sharing thing, their solution is if you don't sign in 30 days, they terminate your account. What? Well, give me shit that I want to watch in a 30-day span.
I don't know, bro.
Like, I only watch certain shows. Like, I watch That 90s Show. I watch You. I watch like all kinds of different stuff. But there's spurts where I go through not watching Netflix. Like 35, 40 days will go by. And it's like,
like honestly, I can't remember the last time I actually sat down and watched a Netflix show myself.
Yeah.
But see, I have kids. And they know how to work that shit now. Like, so they'll just go in and watch whatever the fuck. So, but I have a friend that still uses my Netflix account. So I'm wondering how that works out for him.
I think
and he's been using it for fucking probably the last maybe 10 years.
Is when you sign in, it doesn't sign him out. Instead, John Barenthal just walks through the door and he shoots him in the head. Point blank. Like
like that's how you lose your fan base, Netflix. Well, at least you know who the real ones are that are willing to pay.
Yeah, that are willing to pay. Like, but honestly, when you look at it, though, Netflix is still a multi-billion-dollar company.
Yeah,
regardless if we share, who gives a fuck? Like, and I mean, it's also going to affect people with like let's say, okay, so let's say we had a vacation house. So
like an Airbnb.
Yeah, like Airbnb. Yeah. And you have your shit logged in there. Yeah. That's going to boot that now.
Yeah.
Because, it's your account. So, I mean, I think it's going to be tweaked because it's going to be hysteria in the beginning.
I think once they do, I think it's going to fuck a lot of things up because it's honestly, it's almost like, how would you say? It's like Netflix is like the community fucking like streaming service where, like, technically like Airbnb, it's almost set up like that. Like it's almost like people go in there, use your password, and like watch what they want to watch. And there was somebody that I was following. I don't know, it was TikTok or something like that, but he actually like was watching. It was some random guy that had his password, was watching these shows, and he started following because whoever's using your account, can see who the other people are watching, what they're watching. And he started watching the same thing. So I was like, oh, this is really cool.
Like that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's actually
like he saw what the people were looking at.
What it was
and it's
recommended.
like, oh man, like, hey, what's this
and the guy was like, I never thought I would be interested in something like that. And then I started watching it. It was totally awesome.
Me and Jess are starting to find shows. Of course, we talked a little bit before we went live, when we started early, about me going to the gym again. And they have at Merritt, they have a theater room. So you go into Merritt and they have all these treadmills and all that stuff, and they have a movie theater screen and they play Netflix all the time. And you go in and they have these random ass fucking shows on, and then you start to get hooked on the fucking shows that you never heard of before that are playing in the gym at fucking 4:30 in the morning when you're sweating in the treadmill.
But you want to know something else, man? Something else, and this gonna blow your fucking mind, bro. Pornhub has the same thing.
Okay.
Where like it recommends like these viewings, right? Like
so
what you watch. Right, listen to me.
So
like saying watch
something. If Sasquatch fucks 3 girls, it'll start recommending Sasquatch fucks.
Well, no. Like you can see what other people are watching based on like I guess likes or recommended videos.
Yeah.
And you'll basically kind of like the Netflix thing, right? Where it's like you were watching all these videos and then a friend could follow you.
Oh, okay.
And it's just like, I never thought I would be into that.
Yeah.
But now I can't stop masturbating.
Yeah. Now I just can't get my fingers out of my box.
Right. Now I can't stop masturbating behind the 7-Eleven on a bucket. you know. So
now I
it's like,
can't help but to jerk off in Keanu Reeves' front yard.
take that DNA test, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But no, so like, but my thing with that, right, is like, I see it come up often. I'm not gonna say how much I watch porn. I'm not gonna like whatever it is, but obviously air show
all day, every day.
Thanks, Ray. But I don't. It makes me feel funny, like watching a video that
normally before you come, you feel funny.
No. Think about it. There's another guy watching the same video as you that you like or recommend it to him, and you guys are simultaneously masturbating somewhere out there.
Okay, so
in the realm.
Now that you brought that up, I came across.
It's like a quantum madness of like you think about
right,
it, right
now as we do this podcast.
Right now,
somebody is someone fucking jerking it.
Jason, is that you? Okay, no, I'm not gonna call him out. I'm just fucking with you.
No, but the whole thing is,
think about it.
I came across this article. I meant to save it for the show, but it was posted by Vice or something like that, and it was talking about people, and it says, "Do you remember the times when you jerked off in the same room with your friends?" And I was like, "Wait a minute." I was like, "Wait, was this a thing? Like, were you and your group of friends watching porn for the first time all supposed to look at each other and go, 'This is just normal. Don't watch what I'm doing. Watch the screen.'" Like, I was just kind of like, wait a minute, is this like a thing? Because
honestly,
like I feel like awkward eye contact is going to happen at some point.
Like, no, actually, I'm not going to say anything about this, but I mean, I am, but I'm not going to say who it relates to. But like, you can think about it like this: men, in particular, are the only ones that can probably stay focused on one individual, like sex scene or something like that, or say like a lover or whatever, and just stay focused on that and not even ever look at each other.
Oh yeah.
But you all know what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like we're all doing the same thing, but no one's talking about it.
Yeah. It's like a gangbang of jerking off. That's just
why, because look, as men, we have rules. There's rules to that. Like, and I don't want to get into it, but it's just like, I mean, if you're into that type of thing, it is what it is. But we can do that. Like, it's like it's like a mission. We have one mission to complete, and it's to shoot our load all over this woman in the middle of the room and not even talk, snicker, or even look at each other.
Yeah.
Because we're that focused.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that's only something a man can do.
Like the thing,
I don't need to be like, oh, masculine and shit like that. But I'm saying I think that's a man's job.
Yeah.
That is a man's job.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like,
go in there, do what's gotta be done.
Yeah, like I come home from work and then Jess, like her boobs are all out of her tank top, and it's just kind of like, what do you expect me to do? Like, yeah, I
hate that, man.
I want to go upstairs and make a mess of those. Like, that's just the way it works. Like, I don't, I don't know. But anyways,
you do know.
But Jason in the stream, he was talking about my tattoo. He said, "Who is that?" It is nobody in particular. It's just a zombie vampire chick that I have. So, for anybody watching at home, that's what it looks like. My wife hates this tattoo. She wishes I would get it covered up because I have a big zombie chick with giant tits on my arm. But
I think it's awesome.
But that goes on. I think some of my favorites are by far, this one here, and people can kind of, if I turn around a little bit, you can see somewhat of the Friday the 13th stuff.
It's turning out really nice.
On my back.
He does a really good job shading too.
Oh yeah. So I have another session of that on April 7th. So I have another session for that on April 7th. But no, guys, we're gonna get ready to get out of here. Of course, we're gonna be back here on YouTube Live. This time we're gonna be back next Saturday, February the 12th. I think it's February the 12th, right here on YouTube Live, whatever next Saturday is if you're watching live. And our special guest, we're going to be back at 5:00 p.m. Eastern time. Our special guest is Ziva Faye. So Ziva Faye, of course, OnlyFans model and adult film star. So she will be joining us right here on the Happy Hour podcast. And then February 17th, we'll be back here on YouTube Live, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Our featured guest is adult film star Reese Rideout. So he will be joining us on Happy Hour podcast as well.
I'm interested in how he got his name. Reese.
Yes.
It is a he, right?
The photos that Erica sent me were hilarious that he had. So I feel like we're going to have a lot of fun with him. Like, I feel like Brad was great. Like, Brad was all, we had a lot of fucking fun with Brad as well. But no, so that's a bunch of stuff. And our Caitlin Bell reschedule, we have Caitlin Bell rescheduled. That's going to be February 24th, 7:30 p.m. right here on YouTube Live. So we got a lot of shit coming up. Of course, you know, Fully Fermented. If you're local, come out tomorrow, say hey, come support A Light Divided, come see their show. We're going to be there. We're going to interview them, you know, record some of their stuff. So, you know, of course, thank you to Jason and everybody else that's joined us here live on YouTube Live, or anybody that will see this, you know, on time delay, or 10 years from now, or 100 years from now when we're already dead and gone. So we appreciate
That's
everybody.
what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a time capsule. I'm just going to jerk off in it.
That's what it should be. It should be a time capsule of just man jizz, just man batter.
It's gonna be man batter and a DNA test.
Yeah, you can just scoop it out and then just put it in yourself, and whatever happens, happens. Whoever is the daddy is the daddy. Like,
Oh, Jesus.
You are not the father.
I ain't paying that child support bill. Fuck you, lady.
But no, guys, honestly, thank you. Of course, thanks again to our very special guest, Jarvis Redd, who is a very, very strong trooper coming onto the show. But I think we kind of kept it a little bit more in line for him, you know, out of respect for him. But no, anyways, guys, thanks again. This is the Happy Hour podcast, and we will see you all next week right here on YouTube Live. All right, so we're done on that. And just in case it's still